Open standards and their relevance to e-governance. Implementation manual. In this video, we are going to see about open standards and their relevance to e-governance. Implementation manual. Implementation manual. Manual on the implementation of policy on open standards for e-governance can be referred for implementation of this policy through guidelines, FAQ, and rationale. Annexure 1. Data archival. Data archival is the long-term storage of data which is less frequently used or no longer inactive use. The archived data should be retrievable for subsequent usage or reference whenever it is needed. Designated body. An agency appointed by GOI to consider and recommend the selection of additional open standard in an area, give recommendations if multiple open standards are available in an area with equal score on desirable characteristics, and to review interim standard to check if it qualifies for adoption as open standards or for replacement with alternate open standards in that area. Initiate action for formulation of interim standard in a situation where no standards are available to meet functional requirements for an area. Domain. A subcategory under an information technology field is domain. Specific purpose within a domain is known as an area. For example, document type for web publishing content is one area under the presentation domain. E-governance, a procedural approach in which the government and its citizens, businesses, and other arms of government are able to transact all their activities or at least majority of activities using information and communication technology tools. Essential claims. All claims in a patent that are necessary for implementation of the recommendation. FRAND or RAND. An abbreviation for fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory is a phrase that defines a basic set of minimal terms that a patent holder is obliged to offer, such as granting a license that is worldwide, non-exclusive, perpetual, reasonable, and non-discriminatory, etc., and leaves all other non-specified terms for negotiations between the patent holder and the implementer seeking a license. Functional requirement. A function is described as a set of inputs, the behavior, and outputs in a specific area. A functional requirement describes the functionality that the system is expected to execute. It may be calculations, technical details, data manipulation, processing, any other specific functionality supposed to be accomplished in the specific area. G2B. A set of services exchanged between government and the business community. G2C. A set of services exchanged between government and the citizen. G2E. A set of services exchanged between government and government employees. G2G. A set of services exchanged between government agencies. Identified standard. A standard which meets maximal essential functional requirements for an area of e-governance systems. Interface. A boundary across which two independent systems meet and act on or communicate with each other. Maturity. A standard is considered mature if different implementations, proprietary or open, are available, widely adopted, and have been stable for some time. New version of legacy system. The legacy system, which has undergone a major version change due to re-engineering like functional changes, architectural changes, technology changes, change in storage mechanism, design implementation changes. Not-for-profit. Not-for-profit organizations include major internationally recognized standards bodies such as the IETF, ISO, IEC, W3C, OASIS, including any agency recognized or designated by the GOI as such for the purpose of open standards. Open standard. A standard which meets all mandatory characteristics laid down in the policy. Royalty, a stream of payments for use of a certain type of asset or technology, most typically an intellectual property right (IPR). Royalty-free (RF). A royalty-free RF standard is a standard whose license is not conditioned on any payment of royalties, fees, and other mandatory considerations on its use in an implementation. License relationship such as the following. Specification document. A document that consists of a set of concise statements of requirements for a system. Standard, a specification, method, process or practice for a system that is both widely used and accepted or is sanctioned by a standards organization. System. Information system is a combination of people, hardware, software, communication devices, network and data resources that processes data and information for a specific purpose.